Morning everybody! So my video, which is going to be about first language interference, is going to, and Catalina's video is about her head, is going to be kind of bouncing off of the one Chris did yesterday, Press 1 for English. And in that one he was talking about how it's hard for him, even though he wants to learn the language and he is learning the language and he can't communicate in Spanish, that his brain just gets full and then he just can't do any more Spanish for the day. Which is how I felt most of the time in my math classes in high school. I was okay up to here, and then my brain was done. And so immigrants in the United States, many of them may speak English, they may be trying to learn English, but if you hear them speaking Spanish or another language, it may just be that their brain is capped for the day, and that they need to sleep and rest and give their brain a break before they can get back into English. My problem has actually been a little bit different than Chris's experience. So I already speak Spanish. I am used to working in Spanish and talking in Spanish. In my PhD program, all of our classes were in Spanish or possibly French. So I was always used to working in my L2 or a second language for me. And then I was coming home and I was speaking Spanish to our daughter, but I was still surrounded by my native language. When I had to ask for directions on the street, when I ordered at restaurants, when I was grocery shopping, the products were in my first language, and so it was easy for me. So my problem here has not necessarily been that I'm getting overwhelmed with the Spanish, because I am pretty used to going in and out of Spanish and English all day long. But my main problem has been that I am making mistakes in English, which is my native language. I was born in Oklahoma, raised in Missouri. And but all of a sudden I'm forgetting words, because my brain is it's full, and it's so full of switching back and forth and trying to remember maybe new words or concepts in Spanish, that I'm starting to make mistakes in my first language. So a couple of my examples are: the word in Spanish for a person or a thing that is from the country of Honduras is hondureño, and so the word in English is Honduran. And all of a sudden, when I'm talking, excuse me, I've got a kid trying to electrocute herself. Here we go. So all of a sudden, when I'm talking in English now, I can't remember if the word is Honduran or Honduranian or Hondurian or Honduran. I looked it up, and the word is Honduran in English. Another problem that I had was Chris and I were talking all day about he had to get this thing called an RTN. We're still not sure what this magical document does, but we know that it allows him to buy and drive a car. And so everyone was telling us that we had to have this, so we went to go get it, and everyone was talking to me in Spanish all day about the documents that we had to have. And the word for documents in Spanish is a formulario. And so Chris and I are sitting at the DMV, we've got our little ticket, and we are waiting for our number, and I look at him and I'm like, do you have all of the formula? And he says, why would I have formula? And I was like, because you have to have it with you. And he's like, why do we need formula here? And I realized in that moment that I meant forms or documents, but I was incorrectly translating formulario. And then the last one was Kaylee and I were down at the cancha, which is the basketball or soccer court, and we were bouncing a ball and we were counting, and we were speaking in Spanglish. And so I said to her, okay, we got to 8 and then 9 and then 10. So I took the T and the N from 10, and I took the middle sound from 10, and I made a new number, 10. So yeah, I think it just goes to show that no matter how fluent a person is in the language or how well they can communicate, that they're always going to struggle switching back and forth between the two. And this has just been a really very good, humbling experience for me to be more patient with people no matter what language they're trying to communicate in, because they're trying. So I hope this helps, and I hope it's a good, a flip side of Chris's challenges that he's been having, and the challenges that you have even when you all already are bilingual, but you can still have issues even with your native language. Who knew? All right, adios.